I need someone to propose a toast, and I'm looking for Andrew Causey. Is Andrew Causey of BSG present? I'd like to ask Andrew Causey to come up and give a toast. And with it, I need a volunteer. In fact, I need 200 volunteers, because we have our world record shot paddle over on the side, but we are experiencing technical difficulties. The shot glasses we rented were too big for the holes in it, and the shot glasses available through the catering department here were too narrow for the holes, so they're going to fall through. And we have this wonderful world record shot paddle with 200 glasses of whiskey in it, and I'd like to ask the fastest running 200 people to come up and get a glass of whiskey to toast with as Andrew Causey from BSG leads us.
Hello. Raise your hand if you didn't get a shot. All right, it's very difficult to come up with a toast for an event like this because you've been learning about the miracle of malt and the mysteries of yeast all day. And I was specifically barred from using the word underpants. My boss, I put underpants in the toast, and he told me to drop the underpants. The ones that got shots are laughing, right? Yeah. So at BSG, we have the honor of working with people in distilleries all the time. We have the opportunity to see the passion and energy that you guys put into the realization of your dreams and your products. It's very much an honor. And so I would like to propose a toast to you. May your spirit always be overproof and your resolve be cask strength. Thank you.
Once again, I'd like to thank the Oregon Distillers Guild for providing this whiskey for us. I'd also like to thank a few other people who are judging sponsors. Thousand Oaks Barrel, who made the shot paddle and bring it to us every year for this purpose. We have the Step and Repeat that was for the bronze medals outside, or rather down on the expo floor, provided by Bridgetown Brew Systems. And we also have, yeah, good to see you guys. And the gold and double gold photo booth, Step and Repeat, provided by Spirits Consulting Group. We'd also like to thank Glencairn, the biggest sponsor of our judging for many years and provider of the glassware that we do our judging on. Marty Duffy over there. And for those of you who do receive awards tonight, outside the door over there is the Step and Repeat photo booth. We'd really love it if you could go by. We're going to be posting it all over a variety of sharing it on a variety of social media platforms. And you also have the opportunity for Susan Mooney to interview you for these projects. And before we get to recognizing the very best in craft spirits, I would like to recognize the people some of the people, most of the people I work with, because some of them are going to be coming up on stage later, but the ones that won't be recognized by coming up on stage, the ADI staff. I'm looking for Matt Jellin. Matt Jellin, where are you? Matt Jellin, our marketing director. Eric Owens, there he is. Eric is working on ADI EDU. He's our new Vice President of Strategic Planning, and he's got some exciting projects he's working on. Gail Sands, where are you? Is Gail Sands here? Does anybody see Gail Sands of White Mule Press? No, she's not here. Thank you. But over there telling me that she wasn't there, this is the glue that holds our organization together. Christy Howery. She keeps the communication flowing through our company. She helps us make sense of all sorts of different things. Todd Buckley, where are you? Todd? Yeah, way in the back. There's Todd Buckley. Not here tonight, but putting together our newsletter so that you will be able to read it in your inbox tomorrow morning is Diane Faulkner. And we also have the new kid on the block, Natasha Gonzalez, here. Where is she? There she. Oh, back there. There's also, we have a great volunteer crew here, people that I still don't understand why they come and help us out so much. But I'd like to recognize Matthew Sharp. We're so glad to have you with us back in the fold. Thank you. Where's my $1 million attorney, Stacy Kula? Stacy Kula, are you here? Joe Barber flies over from the UK to help us out. The new discovery of our judging, Maritza Roca Alvarez. Where's Maritza? And Dave Riley. Dave Riley, volunteer extraordinaire. And this is always the scary part of the evening because I certainly hope that I haven't forgotten anyone. There are some judges here, and I'm going to read the names off really quick. Some excellent people that I've seen here tonight. I'm sure I'm missing someone, and I apologize in advance because I just haven't seen everyone at the show today. But Monique Houston, yeah, Andrew Friedman, Daniel Farber, Dave Defoe, Richard Wolf, Michael Sherwood, Henry Price, Lauren Patz. They were all judges this year. And I've seen some regular and some past judges wandering around that I'd like to acknowledge. Wayne Curtis. There he is. The master distiller, master blender, Hubert Germain Robin. Ryan McGarrian, if Ryan is here. Janine Rocht, I know I saw her today. And Matthew Hoffman of Westland Distilling. Yeah. All right. We've got some new awards. Thank you. Julia Nornay. There she is, yes. We have some new awards tonight that we're going to give out before Eric Zandona will be coming up to present the gold medals. And the first new award that we would like to give out is for the best distillery visitor experience. And anybody who's been to Los Angeles lately, I hope you've gone to a weird place down in the Arts District where you have to ride a boat across the room to get to the tasting room, and animatronic parrots greet you and tell you where to go. We'd like to recognize Lost Spirits, and Brian Davis, where are you? Well, hopefully this works. We've got the next slide, right, is what you experience at Lost Spirits.
Enchanted gift shop. Right this way, right this way. Don't fold behind, don't fold behind. Enchanted gift shop. Right this way, right this way. Don't fold behind, don't fold behind. Enchanted gift shop. Right this way, right this way. Don't fold behind, don't fold behind. Enchanted gift shop. Right this
Bill
way,
Owens
right this way. Don't fold.
Likes to go to bed early, so he wants to present early tonight, and he has a special award that he would like to give. Actually, I don't think he wants to give it. I think he wants to keep this award and take it home with him. But here to present the award for the Farm Distillery is the president of ADI, Bill Owens.
The Farm Distillery is Sourland, is right here. Come and get your tractor. There he is. I've been wanting to do the Farm Distillery Award for numbers of years, and this is the first one, and there'll be one every year because there's over 300 farm distilleries in the Trade Association now. Now listen, there's another button too. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah. Is Anne-Sophie here? Every year I give an award to Anne-Sophie, my right hand. Is that right? Your right hand? Anne?
We have another presenter to come up. It was a dark and stormy night when I first met Nancy Fraley, or at least it seemed that way. She had just left a job at a distillery, and she was a very excellent distillery that I think you will hear about, and was looking for her way in the spirits world. And Bill Owens and I met her at Noonan's Bar and Restaurant and talked about her interest in distilled spirits and said, holy cow, this is a trooper. Whatever we can do to work with this woman, we have to do. And it was a spot decision. It was an excellent decision. We've never questioned it since, and it's brought us so many good things. To present a new award for Lifetime Achievement in Distillation, I'd like to introduce Nancy Fraley.
So, they say, well, in the United States, of course, we're a country of pioneers. Well, in long about 1981, a young distiller from the Cognac region, he was a 10th generation Cognac distiller, came to the United States. And he and his wife were hitchhiking and along the west coast of California. And they got picked up by a sheep ranch farmer. and as they say, the rest is history. Hubert Germain-Robin, who is, I have to say, one of my best friends, my mentor, my teacher, my dear friend, has, whether or not you know it, he's probably done more to transform and to actually create the craft distilling movement here in the United States. When he first came to California, he was free from the legal regulations and the Cognac region, And he was free to play with varietals that you can't use in cognac, such as Pinot Noir, Viognier, Chenin Blanc, and free to experiment with different yeast strains, oak. And he completely revolutionized the face of brandy, not just in the United States, but I would argue around the world. And ended up creating I would say, the world's best brandy. And not only did he manage to do that, and as if that's not a big enough achievement, 2005, long about there, he actually decided to leave his distillery and share his knowledge with the world, or with those of us here in North America. And I don't know how many of you have had a chance to either take the 3-day brandy class or any of his classes over the years. But if you've ever had a chance to study with Hubert, you're truly studying at the feet of a master. And I have to say, a brilliant man, and I know I'm really embarrassing him right now, and I promised I wouldn't do it, but I can't help myself, Hubert. That's, woo. So, you know, if you've had a chance to study with him, you are really lucky. The fact that he's been able to share knowledge, you know, ancient techniques, 700 years old, with those of us here in the States. And many of us are teaching these ancient techniques using New World sensibilities to others. We're using them in our spirits production. And I would have to say there are a few things I've learned from Hubert, and I have to say long after, you know, it's not just the spirits that he's created, it's also that he's taught me, and I know many, countless others, about the importance of having vision when you create a distilled spirit. And to be able to forecast and envision something of greatness that you want to create, and to use your intuition to be able to do this. He's also imparted the soul and sensibility of an artist. Another thing I've learned from him is the importance of having patience when you're making some sort of distilled spirit, and how important it is to actually take the time and to really pay attention to detail, and not just be in it to make turn over a quick buck, as they say, but to really have the heart and passion that's involved in our craft. And with this, I would like to invite Hubert. I have to say, Hubert, I think no one deserves this more than you, and I am so deeply honored to be the one to present this to you this evening. Thank you.
Well, well, it's quite embarrassing, a little bit. I mean, I'm really honored to have been chosen to receive this award, but it makes me a little nervous, because usually it is when you are 6 feet under or not far from it. Making brown spirits, it's a long chain which is as strong as its weakest link. Hard work, commitment, creativity, vision, and consistency are the leading words for this mission. Many people helped me to realize it. I would especially like to thank persons on both sides of the Atlantic who supported me in this journey. I could not have made it without them. First, my wife Carol, my sons Alex and Raphael, and my whole family and friends for their love and constant encouragement. My mentors in Cognac, they have been very important for me. Master distiller Yvonne Courley, who created a spark in me for traditional distillation. When I was young, I was not very interested by distillation and not a big drinker. So I had cognac at my house, but I was not drinking it. Master taster Pierre-Alain Gardra, who educated my nose as a distiller and a cellar master. Robert Prulot, who for 70 years perfected the design of the alembic pot still. Jean Vicard, for his vision and his craftsmanship in the world of barrel making. In Mendocino, where I spent 35 years of my life, the whole community for their warm welcome, especially the grape growers and the winemakers who believe in my nation dream. Bill Owens, Drew Faulkner, Nancy Froles, and the whole team of ADI, who, as me, do believe in the indispensable education and experience in order to elevate the quality of spirits in America and in the world. Since I started to distill, first in Cognac, then in California, it was clear to me that in the life of the craft distiller, quality comes first, along with the dreams for the quest for the impossible perfection. In the last 10 years, I committed myself with passion and enthusiasm to share and give back to my fellow distillers what I learned from my mentors and from my own experience. If I may give them some advices, follow your calling, trust your talent, chase your dream, believe in yourself. And don't forget, being in a good spirit makes better spirits. So I'm going to stop there because I want to beat Owens for the shortest, Bill Owens for the shortest speech in this room. So I want to really, I'm escaping now. Thanks a lot.
I'm going to introduce someone who you already know, but and it's Eric Zandona. About how long ago was it? 5 years or so you came on the scene? And I remember him at the judging in Seattle, and some workshops we had before that. And when he came around, our judging team finally became complete. He had a fascination for distilled spirits. And one of the first things he did was he took over our Certified Craft Spirits program and got the database posted online so that distributors, retailers, and consumers could use it to find craft spirits in their states all around the country. He researched laws governing distilleries in all 50 states and produced a map for ADI that showed the most distilling-friendly states in the Union. And by the way, I'm glad to say that Oregon is one of those, one of the most friendly states. Thank you, Oregon. And at first it seemed academic, but it wasn't very long until he started doing all the heavy lifting in the judging and picking up other ADI programs and advancing the entire craft spirits movement. For instance, at our recent judging, if you went, you know, everybody was sound asleep in their beds, snoring away, getting ready for the next hard day of judging, and you could go down to that room at midnight and you would still find Eric pondering over the bottles, rearranging flights in order, looking for anomalies, and making sure that everything was just absolutely right for the judges. And then, before breakfast the next morning, you'd still find him down there and spending all this time with the bottles. The amazing thing is I've never seen him drunk either, for all this passion for distilled spirits. He is really, truly an asset to the entire craft spirits community. He works full-time and overtime to promote craft spirits, and we're lucky to have him. Our judging director, Eric Zandona.
Thank you very much. I'd like to now read out the awards for our gold and double gold medal award winners from our 2018 Judging of Craft Spirits. I'd like to remind all those who have received awards tonight that you will be able to pick up your certificates outside after the gala at the SCG Step and Repeat screen. We'll have a table out there with all your certificates, so please come by after the gala and pick them up and have your photograph taken. And if you like, SCG will be doing some interviews with award winners and posting those to social media. So please, I'm excited for all of the winners, and without further ado, let us begin. Gold medal, craft blended and merchant bottled spirits, Henry Farms, Prairie Spirits, J. Henry & Sons, Belafonte Reserve, Wisconsin straight bourbon whiskey finished in cognac barrels. Joseph A. Magnus & Company, Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend Bourbon. Republic Restoratives, Burrow Bourbon. Salish Sea Organic Liqueurs, Maple Liqueur. Skip Rock Distillers, Raspberry Liqueur. Southern Distilling Company, Southern Star 10-year reserve, high-rye straight bourbon whiskey, single barrel, lot 3, barrel 16. The Dampwerk Distillery Company, Helgolander. Valentine Distilling Company, Major Pingree Red Label Bourbon. Gold medal, certified craft distilled spirits. Alley 6 Craft Distillery, single malt whiskey. Now this next one's French, so I'm going to butcher it. Armagnac Castarde, Chateau de Montauban Bas Armagnac VSOP. Backdrop Distilling, vodka. Bull Run Distilling Company, Ringdog Akavit. Cognac Typhon, Chateau de Trac, single vineyard cognac, and Typhon Cognac VSOP. Corsair Distillery, Tennessee single malt whiskey finished in bourbon barrels. Dijon Spirits, Beat 3 single malt whiskey. Great Southern Distilling Company, Lime Burners single malt, sherry cask strength. Hamilton Distillers, Whiskey Del Bac Distiller's Cut. Jackson Keys Winery and Distillery, Jepson Rare Brandy, and Jepson's Signature Reserve Brandy. Middle West Spirits, OYO Dark Pumpernickel Rye. New Columbia Distillers, Eau de Brau Schnapps. Ula Distillery, Waitsburg Bourbon, Cask Strength. Santan Craft Spirits, Sacred Stave. Still 630 5-year Rally Point single barrel straight rye whiskey, and SS Sorghum straight whiskey. The Dampferk Distillery barrel graped immature brandy. Valentine Distillery vodka. Now these are the gold medal, and they earned their best of category awards. Craft blended and merchant bottled spirits. Adam Brands Able Force Bathtub Gin Slow Gin. Cutwater Spirits Vodka Mule. Founding Spirits Distillery Arroyo's Never Bitter Amaro Liqueur. Manifest Distilling Rye Whiskey. Tattersall Distilling Company Sour Cherry Liqueur. Valentine Distilling Company Major Pingry Black Label Bourbon, and Major Pingry Blue Label Single Barrel Straight Bourbon. Virginia Distillery Company Cider Cask Finished Virginia Highland Whiskey. Gold medal and best of category certified craft distilled spirits. ATF Distillery Alpengold Eldebrand Weichel Cherry Brandy. That's a mouthful, sorry. Andalusia Whiskey Company White Malt Whiskey. Animus Distillery Arboretum Gin. Baldwin Distilling Company Apple Pie Moonshine. Bethel Road Distillery Grappa di Moscato. Big Bottom Distilling Northwest Style Gin Navy Strength. Calvados Christian Duran La Gin. Cognac Typhon Cognac XO. Corsair Distillery Hydra American Malt Whiskey. Fleur Distillery GR Andrew and Sons Single Malt Whiskey. Long Road Distillers Old Akavit. Matanwe Stillworks Keystone Whiskey. New Deal, let's see, where am I? Middle West Spirits OYO Sherry Finished Bourbon Whiskey. New Deal Distillery Pear Brandy. Orcas Island Distillery Eau de Vie Apple Brandy. Port Chilhook Distillery 50 Fathoms Gin. Spirits of French Lick Old Tom Gin. Triple Eight Distillery Organic Vodka. Up North Distillery Honey Spirits. Valentine Distilling Company Liberator Old Tom Gin. Wolfhead Distillery Vodka. And Wood Hat Spirits Black Walnut Liqueur. Double gold medal certified craft blended spirit. Wanderback Whiskey Batch 1. Gold medal and best of category certified craft distilled spirits. Andalusia Whiskey Company. Striker Smoked Single Malt Whiskey. Armagnac Castarde Reserve de la Famille Armagnac. I skipped that one. Calvados Christian Duran Coeur de Leon Selection Calvados. Harrogate Distillery Whitaker's Gin Original. Jackson Keys Winery and Distillery Jepson Old Stock Brandy. Sagaponic Farm Distillery Wheat Vodka. And Wood Hat Spirits Bloody Butcher Red Corn Whiskey. Congratulations to all those who have won gold and double gold medals at this year's ADI. We're now going to be having, we will be presenting our packaging awards.
And for those who won those best of categories, stick around, because those spirits are all eligible for the best of class, which will be coming later. But in addition to the spirits inside the bottle, we like to recognize the bottle itself with a packaging award. And I'd like to invite a special presenter up, Eduardo Souza of Amorum Cork is going to present the packaging awards, the Excellence in Packaging Awards, this evening. Thank you.
Good evening to you all. Well, it's an honor for Amram to be presenting these awards. It's a way of us giving back a lot of good experience that you, the craft distillers, are giving us, giving us the opportunity to work with you. And it's an honor for us to be here. So, the Excellence in Packaging Awards, the Best of Class Retail Packaging Award goes to, and I'll try to use the local accent here, Edinburgh Gin Distillery Seaside Gin. So, the Best of Class for back bar packaging is for Spirit Works Distillery with the rye vodka. Now, the final award, the Best of Class for brand identity, and this year this award has a special add-on because the winner of this award will be awarded, it will be part of our distiller's trip to Portugal that will be happening in June. So we are offering this possibility of this winner to be part of our group that we are bringing to Portugal. So the Best of Class for brand identity is Spirit Works Distillery.
About 6 years ago, I got a phone call from Bill Owens. And Bill said to me on the phone, "You should get that gin guy to be a judge." And I'm like, "Gin guy? What gin guy?" "The one who wrote the book." "The book? What book?" "The gin book." At this point, my curiosity piqued, because I could think of many books about gin, and I wasn't sure which one he was talking about, but it turns out this author had just written a book for White Mule Press about gin, our publishing arm, and I had not seen the book yet. So he came on as a judge and most graciously agreed to transfer into the back room, where he has been ever since, to categorize all the gins, which he found much more interesting than simply tasting them blind. He received the most intense delight in finding different variations of gins, and this made him the perfect person for categorizing what was then about 60 kinds of gin. And by the way, we had about 250 in our current judging this year. One night in particular in Seattle, I remember staggering into the back room about midnight, and there was Sarah's husband going over all the gin, and he was making personal tasting notes of absolutely every one. He was then making a martini with every gin, and he made himself a Negroni and a gin and tonic with every gin. He even brought his own vermouth and his own tonic water from the UK, so it would be on a level playing field with all the other notes that he had written back home in the UK. And immediately he pronounced to me, "I've just had the best Negroni I've ever had in my life." Well, of course, he proceeded to make me one, and to date, this is still the best Negroni I've ever had in my life. But in addition to bringing along his expertise and his love of gin, David also brought with him someone who became the backbone of our judging. And I just want, I want everyone to recognize Sarah Smith for collecting and analyze the massive amounts of data that come from our judging. She is yes, Sarah Smith. She doesn't like attention drawn to herself, but she's always smiling, working long hours. She's so nice to everyone and holds things together at the judging. She never takes any credit for anything, and it's wonderful to have her. And so, thank you, Sarah. And David is going to come up. We have the Best of Class Awards for International Spirits. And here to present them is David T. Smith.
I also did all the flavored vodka as well. So that year when we had 3 bacon ones. I know. Right, here we go. So, Certified Craft Distilled Spirit Best of Class International Brandy goes to Cognac Typhon Cognac XO. Very good. Down here. It's good, isn't it? I can't really see it though. Yeah. Best of Class International Whiskey goes to Fleureau Distillery GR Andrews and Sons Single Malt Whiskey. Okay. Best of Class International Moonshine Baldwin Distilling Company Apple Pie Moonshine. And are you here? Come and collect your award if you are here, please. Best of Class International Liqueur goes to Atom Brands, Abel Force, Bathtub Gin, Slow Gin. Come on up and collect your awards. And congratulations. Best of Class International Gin, and they've flown all the way over from the UK to collect their award, Harrogate Distillery, Whitaker's Gin.
Thank you so much.
All right. Next up, we will be presenting our Best of Class awards for U.S. producers. Best of Class Whiskey, Merchant Bottled Spirit, Valentine Distilling Company, Major Pingree, Blue Label, Single Barrel, Straight Bourbon. I don't know if anybody from Valentine is here, so. All right. Best of Class Certified Craft Distilled Gin, Valentine Distilling Company, Liberator Old Tom Gin. Certified Craft Blended Spirit, Best of Class Ready to Drink, Cutwater Spirits, Vodka Mule. And come on up and receive your trophy. All right. Best of Class Certified Craft Blended Spirit Liqueur, Tattersall Distilling Company, Sour Cherry Liqueur. Certified Craft Blended Spirit, Best of Class Whiskey, Virginia Distillery Company, Cider Cask Finish, Virginia Highland Whiskey. Certified Craft Distilled Spirit, Best of Class Vodka goes to Sagaponic Farm Distillery, Wheat Vodka. And Certified Craft Distilled Spirit, Best of Class Specialty Spirit goes to Long Road Distillers, Old Akavit. Thank you. Amateur hour. Certified Craft Distilled Spirit, Best of Class, oh, sorry, that was a typo. Best of Class Brandy, New Deal Distillery, Pear Brandy. Sorry for the typo. I have a box for you. And Best of Class Whiskey, Certified Craft Distilled Spirit goes to Wood Hat Spirits, Bloody Butcher, Red Corn Whiskey. Congratulations, Gary. Take your badge off. Yeah. He's going. Yeah. Gotta look over here. Here we go. Thank you. Congratulations, Gary. Fantastic whiskey. They have a box for you there. So those are our Best of Class spirits from our competition. And next up, we have Drew Faulkner, who will give the next introduction.
Man, I saw more Grateful Dead album covers in those recipients than any year prior. That was great. Oh. And now, the nominees for Picture of the Year. Before I get on to the Bubble Cap Award for Distillery of the Year, I still would like to remind all the recipients that you can go out to the Step and Repeat and have your picture taken, talk with Susan Mooney. Let's get this broadcast on social media. We'd be really happy if you would, and so would you. And I want to thank again the sponsors for our judging. Spirits Consulting Group, Bridgetown Brew Systems, Thousand Oaks Barrel, Amorum Cork, BSG, and Glencairn Glass Crystal Company. All right. The Bubble Cap Award is given to somebody that represents the best that the distilling community has to offer. And every year it's a really tough decision, not just who to give it to, because there's so many people to give it to. It's like who we leave out and don't give it to. But this year's recipient are just, this one's a no-brainer. These are some of the truly nice people in the distilling community, and they are the kind of people that always give more than they expect to receive. These are true givers. They're active in their local guild. They're active in their community. And they make really good booze. I would like to introduce the 2018 Bubble Cap Award winner for Distillery of the Year. A couple of partners over here, the outgoing president of the Washington Distillers Guild, Jason Parker, and his business partner and co-founder, Micah Nutt of Copperworks Distilling Company.
Come on up. Wow. Thank you. We had absolutely no idea, and we've been huge fans of the ADI ever since they formed. We've always been enjoying watching the awards from the side, and I have to tell you, I really didn't expect this, and thank you so much. This is really wonderful.
Cheers, thank you. One thing we feel as a still fairly recent distillery, just 4.5 years old, is that we want to promote everybody to make the best spirit they can. So when budding distillers come to Copperworks and ask to sit in on the distilling deck, it's like we embrace them, teach them everything we know, because we know it's very difficult to get the information to do the job that we need to do. And we want everybody to be making the best spirit that they can. And we feel like we're doing our part, and we want everybody else to do as well. Cheers.
Well, there's only one more announcement for the evening, and that is where our conference is going to be next year, and I'm not going to tell you. Because I'm going to ask Marty Duffy of Glencairn Crystal, the longtime sponsor of our judging, the guy who provides the copitas that we love so much, to come up and let you know. Oh, what's Marty got?
Hello. My name is Martin Duffy. I'm the US brand representative for Glencairn, a Scottish company. If the accent is getting in the way, it's bogus. I'm actually from the southwest side of Chicago. In this tiny briefcase is the name of the city and the date. Now, this tiny briefcase was sealed in a jar and put under Bill Owen's bed for the last 6 months to ferment. So, what? It can ferment anywhere. It doesn't have to be, All right, so I'm about to open the briefcase. Prepare for a bright light to shine out of it. Hard to read. And the winner is La La Land. La La Land. Oh, there's a mistake. There's a mistake. All right, it's a musical clue. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Denver, everybody. March 18th to the 21st. That's 2019. That's next year. So be there. And for everyone who won a Best in Show or a Best in category, those are Glencairn trophies. So get a photo and then bring them back because it's a Scottish company. We don't give that stuff away. All right? So thank you. Woo!
Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the evening, and I look forward to seeing all of you in Denver. Gold and double gold medal winners, be sure to go out to the Step and Repeat and receive your certificates.